to look toward yourself, inside of you, and see how much have you achieved from all these years. I'm sure you improved yourself from all these years. You learn new things, maybe even from mistakes. Okay, you made mistakes, but then you learn from them. So that's an achievement. And, it's not for you to dwell on your weaknesses and the things that you're not good at. Have you had any losses? I'm sure you did. We all did. But in here is for you to count your wins and get the energy from the wins, even if it's a small one, anything that was good that happened, and you use the energy to get more wins. And this is how you keep gaining confidence. Again, Hello everyone, this is Inspire Tuesday number 120. Because our team at Icon Dental Center believes that starting the day motivated and inspired sets up the rest of the day for success. We bring quotes to our morning huddles, and it has been so positive to our team that we decided to share it with you and hope to motivate and inspire you as well. Today the topic is gain self-confidence. In true honesty, it's really hard to pursue your dreams or to achieve any goals if you have low self-esteem or lack confidence. The cool thing is that it's not genetic. A lot of people that didn't have confidence ended up gaining confidence. It's a mindset. So I have in here 3 tips to help our team and you to gain self-confidence. I'll talk about 2 tips, bring 1 quote, and then 1 more tip. Enjoy! Tip number 1 is focus on what you have already achieved. Okay, the main thing in this tip is not for you to go and compare yourself to others. It's mainly for you to look toward yourself, inside of you, and see how much have you achieved from all these years. I'm sure you improved yourself from all these years. You learn new things, maybe even from mistakes. Okay, you made mistakes, but then you learn from them. So that's an achievement. And, it's not for you to dwell on your weaknesses and the things that you're not good at. Have you had any losses? I'm sure you did. We all did. But in here is for you to count your wins and get the energy from the wins, even if it's a small one, anything that was good that happened, and you use the energy to get more wins. And this is how you keep gaining confidence. Again, dwelling on weaknesses, we all can do it, but it doesn't serve us. It's not good. For example, I can just say, I could never be a basketball player. I'm only 5'2". I cannot play. Oh, well, I cannot be a model. I'm too short. I can be other things. It's okay, to dwell. Oh, I cannot learn that thing so good, but there's a lot of things that I can learn and I'm really good at. So, go in your strengths and see how many things you have achieved, and don't dwell on your weaknesses and your losses. Okay, literally, this is in here a great tip for you to use to gain self-confidence. We all have losses, we all have weaknesses, and don't look into that. And there's even one thing that I've mentioned in here before in another Inspire Tuesday, that we have 10,000 thoughts a day. That's what research has said, and 70% of them are negative. So if you start to look into your wins and things that you've achieved, you're already switching from the negative thoughts of your weaknesses and the things that you lost, and move it to the positive, and you're gonna see how you're gonna start gaining self-confidence, and it's gonna really boost your confidence. That's a great tip. Tip number 1. Tip number 2 is stop worrying about others' opinion. I don't know if you've heard this, it's pretty cool. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has one. Okay. And let me tell you one thing. If your confidence went low because of what someone deflated your ego by saying something to you that really hurted you, well, that person is just the one person. There's a lot of other people cheering for you. But again, because we go back into the negative, we keep focusing on that one person that took away our confidence by saying something to us. So again, that is only one person. Ignore that. Remember, there's a lot of people cheering for you. And you know what? I'm one of them. I really believe in you, because I believe in anyone that is trying to reach their potential and is trying to get confident and reaching their dreams. And for us to use and excuse that okay, you know what, I'm not confident because my parents are poor. I don't have an education. I never went to school, or I live in this country that, if you use that, is that valid? Yes. Every excuse is valid. It doesn't mean it serves you. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's way better than using those excuses. Why don't you look into all these people that are successful? Like, unless they inherited something, which is like all these people that really are big success, look at their past and where they came from. Very rare they had all the resources and all these amazing things, and it's still, they made it. So, whatever someone has an opinion on you because of who you are or that really shouldn't define you. It didn't define anybody else before you, the high achiever, so it shouldn't define you. And again, and there is this one cool post in the Huffington Post, and it says that if you ask 30 different people about what's their opinion on you, you're gonna have 30 different reputation. Can you imagine that? Like, nobody thinks the same about you. So what really matters is what you think about you, and how, like, as long as you're trying your best to reach your potential, this is really what matters. And be confident about that and believe in yourself. That's tip number 2.
A quote from SHARMA. The best way to gain self-confidence is to do what you're afraid to do.
Tip number 3 is tackle your fears. So I don't know of any other better way to, get over your fears other than going and facing it and moving towards it. And I don't mean here by saying, hey, you need to prove that you're brave if you jump off a cliff. That's not the kind of thing that I'm talking about. I'm saying, like, the fear that for things that are holding you back to progress in your whole life. That happens a lot. This is what holds people back the most, is fear. And it doesn't mean that whoever moved forward did not have fear or it was easier for them. I promise you that it's not easy. Like, even for me, like, my thing with public speaking or saying anything was so hard because I have a second language and I'm so self-conscious about it, that my grammar is not very good, maybe my language, and I don't have sometimes the word that I want to say. But still, I started here in Inspire Tuesday. I'm like, let's just put a video. I'm like, first I was really baiting against it, but I really wanted to add this value and I like to do those things. And after that, it became so much easier for me. I tackled that fear by doing this in here. And then last year, I did a whole speech for the Medical Career Club as a volunteer, and it was great. The students and everyone was so, appreciative, and it worked very well. And, lately I also volunteered at a public school where I presented to kids, and the principal was there, the superintendent assistant was there, and those things that I would be like totally scared, no way, like terrorized of doing it, you do it slowly and it gets better. It's everyone. It's not like, oh, she does that because she's so confident. No, confidence, you have to push it sometimes. And this is how you're facing your fears. Like, this is exactly what happened to scale our second location. We were fine on the first, right? It became easier, it's already known, comfort zone. Then you go into the second one. Are we really going to be able to make it? It's so much harder to build a new team, not being there, like, not, how are you going to, are we spreading ourselves too thin? It's kind of scary, but still, picked up the phone, talked to the real estate, let's find a location. What do you want? I want right in downtown Seattle. Yes, it's expensive real estate to be there, but this is the location we want. We're going to make it work. There's got to be that believe in you, and you're going to have to face and go, you're going to have to get over the fears, and there's the only way to do it. Pick up that phone and do it. Is that gonna be scary? Yes, but you're gonna have to do it. There's the only way that I see that works. So I hope you guys like the topic and the quote today, and I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a hard time with confidence as well? Because I received a lot of feedback with my social anxiety theme, and someone else asked for this topic too, and this is why today I came up with this topic. I hope it added value. As usual, thank you so much for being part of this community. I'm very happy to see the comments and the value that I add, and a lot of DMs, private messages about like things that all of you are going through, that I'm being able to help, hopefully. So if there's any other topic you'd like me to talk about, go ahead and leave me a message or a DM as well. And if you haven't done yet, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our pages on Facebook and Instagram at Icon Dental Center for more Inspired Tuesdays. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.